I defended my PhD and no one came. My fiancé stood me up for her selfish friend, and now I'm ready to call off the wedding and cut them all off. Plus one major update. I will try to keep this brief. Yesterday, I defended my PhD in a science, technology, engineering, and math field at a highly prestigious program. Unlike many departments, my department's defenses are basically celebrations. You present for 1 hour to anyone who wants to come, your PhD committee asks you a few questions, and then you drink champagne and celebrate. I created a Facebook event for it 3 weeks in advance. My immediate family and very closest of friends all said they could come. These included my best man, as well as 2 people who were to give toasts at the wedding. My fiancé was going to take work off to come, as well. Then yesterday came. I knew 2 of my coworkers could not make it because they were out of the country, but I was not prepared for what happened. I presented to a nearly completely empty auditorium. Only my advisor, 2 committee members, and a few members of nearby labs showed. It was so incredibly embarrassing that I almost could not make it through my defense. After my defense, I looked at my phone. I only had one message from my mom, saying my family was not going to make it on time because they left too late. I called my fiancé twice with no answer. It was not until 10 p.m. last night that she called me back. It turned out that her best friend from college, who I have known to be quite selfish from previous situations, had tried to kill herself because she found out that her boyfriend had cheated on her. She knew my defense was yesterday, but begged my fiancé to visit her all day in the hospital. My fiancé did not even say congrats. No one else has called or texted to congratulate me since I defended yesterday. I barely held it together on my call with my fiancé, but I am now so upset that I am considering calling off the wedding, taking a job, and never contacting any of these people again. I know I am a horrible person for this, but my big day was completely ruined by their inconsiderate actions. Edit, thank you all so much. This means a lot. In reading your responses and generally calming down, I think I will call my fiancé and family. Edit 2, I did not expect this to blow up as much as it did. Seriously, thank you all for your wonderful support. I am taking today, and maybe even tomorrow, to just rest on this before I talk to my family and friends. You guys are giving great advice. Edit 3, I am heading out to dinner now, but I have decided I am going to call tomorrow. I will try to update you if anything gets resolved, or if it does not. Edit 4, holy crap. This got a lot of replies. I will update later today, but I wanted to address a few responses suggesting that either A, this situation is reflective of me not going to their special events, or B, that my family and friends are not obligated to show. Yes, I have gone to and planned special functions for others. One of the friends who told me they would show up defended her PhD a few weeks ago, but from another group. I, of course, showed up to her defense. I also helped plan the happy hour afterwards. I also helped plan another invited friend's surprise birthday last year, which was huge because she turned 30. So while I understand why people might think that I am expecting something while giving nothing to others, I just do not believe that it is the case here. B, of course my family and friends are not obligated to show. Had they said they could not come due to work or other reasons, I would not be upset. Had they ignored me, I probably would have just interpreted that as they could not come and still would be okay. But my closest friends made it a point that they would be there and then did not show. That is what got me upset. Update, this morning my fiancé called me after I was more or less incommunicado all of yesterday. Because I had calmed down, we were able to have a rational discussion. It turns out there is a lot to the story that I was unaware of because I am a doofus. First things first, my fiancé and I are just fine. She began the conversation with an apology. She explained that while she was in shock on Friday about her friend, she realized immediately after our call that she had completely ignored me and my defense all day. She knows me well and knew how upset and angry I was. She thought I had every right to be angry, but gave me a day to chill out. My fiancé is now extremely upset at her friend. Previously, I had implied that her friend was extremely selfish, not only due to previous actions, but also because she called my fiancé and begged her to visit all day, even though she knew my defense was that day. Many criticized my feelings about this, and, as of early this morning, I thought that I was wrong to feel the way I did. I should have been a bit more sympathetic. But then my fiancé told me what happened yesterday. For about 2 hours yesterday, my fiancé visited her friend in the hospital again. Her friend was feeling a bit better, so my fiancé began to ask about the cheating boyfriend in a bit more detail. It turns out that her friend did not find out about her boyfriend cheating on Friday. She actually found out the Saturday before. And she had actually suspected that her boyfriend was cheating months ago. That Saturday, he finally admitted it to her, after she saw him receive a Snapchat of a naked girl, yet she did nothing about it because she did not want to lose him. In other words, she lied to my fiancé about when she found out he was cheating. What upset my fiancé off the most was that during this past week, my fiancé and her friend talked twice over the phone. Neither time the friend even mentioned it. While I understand that she may have been bottling up her feelings, or may have been embarrassed, her previous actions and things like engagement parties and dinner parties cast some doubt on this. Regardless of my feelings, my fiancé is incredibly angry with her because she had all week to talk about this, to have her help her deal with this trauma. But she did not. She waited until the exact most inconvenient time. In my fiancé's words, quote, "Trust me, this was not spontaneous." She chose to have that reaction on that day, unquote. We are unsure as to what to do about my fiancé's friend and the wedding. She is currently a bridesmaid, but maybe not anymore. About my family, yesterday morning, my fiancé called my immediate family and asked what happened. Sorry, but the answer is boring. It was just another case of my parents being incapable of getting anywhere on time. My fiancé advised them not to call me yesterday because I was very upset. My family all texted me this morning and apologized profusely. They would have called me Friday night after my defense, but they honestly were not sure if I wanted to talk to them. About my friends, also yesterday my fiancé called the closest of my friends that were invited. These friends, I know for sure, would not lie to my fiancé. Half of them forgot and were deeply mortified that they missed it. I am told that they will call me later today. It turns out that my best man blacked out Thursday night after originally only going out to grab a beer. And the rest were a combination of, quote, something came up, unquote, or, quote, I was sick, unquote. Although in one case the person was very clearly ill and anyone could tell from talking to him over the phone. So that is basically it. My fiancé really pulled through in calling everyone. She did not have to do that, and I am very lucky to have her. Before I start my job, we will have a real party that is sure to be fun. Thank you all for your support, kind words, and even critical words. You guys rock.